Welcome back to another video, guys. Episode 5 of my Road to Big Dogs. Really good week this week of training. Everything just moved quite well. The only probably bad session I had was my squats, and I'll get into that a little bit later. So, top sets tonight, 210 kilos for 2 sets of 4 reps, which is of course a PB. My best at 210 is 2x2, so a decent PB. Coming into this session, I actually felt really good. I'd had a fuck ton of food that day. My sleep the night before was like perfect. I think I slept for like 9.5 hours. So it came in feeling really fresh. Next week, the progression, we were going to do 215 for sets of 4. However, we decided just to go for a bit more of a rep PB at 210. So it'll be 210 for 2 sets of 5. Looking forward to it, actually. I don't remember what my 5 rep max was for the Pro Raw prep, but I benched 500 pounds at Pro Raw, and I know that my 5 rep max will be a lot more than what it was during that prep. The gym bench record for the super heavyweight is 232.5 kilos, so I want a minimum of a 235 kilo bench at Big Dogs because I'm super competitive and I need to get my name on that goddamn board again. You'll see long pause here just to solidify that 210 is nice and easy. After this set, I just did a set of 8 at 165 kilos close grip. We're adding more tricep work in, which I really like because that's usually where my benches fail. And there's nothing wrong with getting strong as fuck triceps. So day 2 onto squats. The top set for this session was 330 kilos for a triple. That's a 10 kilo PB on my triples, bare knees, which we're still doing for the next couple of weeks before I get back into wraps, which will be very fun. I always love going back into wraps. So with my top set, it's stupid, but both my calves cramped on the walkout, and it made the set so much harder than what it needed to be. Just holding the weight there, because I'm in heels, I had no way of like stopping them from cramping. I guess it was kind of weird and kind of stupid considering my hydration was on point. I felt really good going into the session again, so I'm not sure really what it was, other than a huge pain in the ass. So again, still a 10 kilo PB for triples. I did want to try and do a second set, but anytime I tried to unrack the weight or move, even just walk in the heels and put a bit of pressure down, both my calves would cramp again. So it was a bit of a fucking annoying session. So last warm up here at 310. Calves didn't cramp during this walkout, so I really had no idea on my top set exactly what I was in for. But this moved really well for a 310. Depth was nice. Felt really good. So as I'm walking it out, both calves are cramping. You can't even really tell in my walkout, but I don't think I got my feet as wide as I normally do. So the first rep is definitely high because I was struggling to force my knees forward to uncramp my calves. And then the next 2 reps I'm actually pretty happy with. They still felt relatively easy, but still a huge pain in my ass. I did a back down single at 280 kilos just in Vans and flat shoes just to see how it feel. And it actually felt really good. I was actually able to unrack and walk out without my calves cramping. I'll show the footage in a second. But now I'm thinking that I don't necessarily need to wear heels anymore. I felt like this single was pretty good. The depth was fine. It actually felt really easy. So next squat session, I might just squat in flat shoes and just see how we go. Now, this session I was looking forward to all week and pretty much all off season. So the 2 things I get to do in this session was I get to double my previous overhead press best, which is always a good time, and I get to finally go above 200 kilos on an incline. So starting with the overhead press, usual jumps, I am sticking to the 20 kilo jumps from set to set, and then I like to take a 10 kilo jump for from the last warm-up to my top set. So 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, and then 160 for a double. And it moved really well. I reckon I probably had another rep, maybe even 2 in the tank, which is huge, especially at 160 kilos overhead. But next week, I finally I think we're going to push it as hard as we can. I think I'm going to try 170 and then 180, depending how 170 goes. I think as long as I get the 170, I'm going to be happy. But I think I want a minimum of 175. But look, I'll probably end up asking the coach if I can just try 180. I'm happy to try 180 and fail. 4 plates overhead is ridiculous. But we'll just have to see how I'm feeling on the day, and hopefully everything goes well. So, incline, jumper back on because it was fucking freezing by that point. I can't overhead press in a jumper, but I can bench in a jumper without it being an issue. So, top sets, 210. I pretty much got permission from my coach again to just sort of hit it for an AMRAP. I really wanted sets of 4 to try and match my flat bench, but I did think that was a bit ambitious. With my first set, I kind of misgrooved the first and second rep, so I only went for 3, but I tried to really attack it in the second set to try and get the 4th. I thought, fuck it, I'd rather fail trying to get the 4th than get another good set of 3 and not know if I had the 4th. And unfortunately, I didn't get it, but I got really close. I think if I had have attacked this is my first set, like I attacked the second one, I think I would have got 4. No chance I would have got 2 sets of 4, but I would have had a set of 4 and then another set of 3. But you'll see how close I get. And the grind itself I thought was pretty good. I think I pushed for like 4 or 5 seconds on the last rep, but it just wasn't bloody moving. So a little bit upset there, but not too worried. But it means next week I actually get to try a 5-plate incline bench, so 220, which is really fucking sick. So deadlifts, top sets for this session was 310 kilos for 3 singles. After speaking to my coach, basically we think that the strength is there to pull something ridiculous, 800 pounds plus, so 365 plus. But I need to dial in the technique, and I need more practice with the technique. I don't really need more reps and more sets. I just need good, solid technique work with, moderately heavy weight. So we decided 310, 3 singles, and honestly, they moved really well. They felt comfortable, and I'm honestly super happy with them. Just trying to work on getting technique that's easily repeatable. So every rep, every set, foot position's the same, belt position's the same, hands are in the same spot, all that sort of stuff. And it's weird because I never used to have to think about that stuff. I used to walk up to a bar and just pull on it as hard as I can, and that was good enough. I didn't need to worry about where my belt was or any of that stuff. But as I'm getting bigger, I've needed to worry about that stuff. But you can see even from this 270 stiff bar, really easy, really comfortable. This is actually the most I've pulled on a stiff bar is these 310 singles. But I felt like I've got heaps in the tank, and I really feel like I can pull 350 on a stiff bar. So going back to a deadlift bar, I'm hoping that we can pull around the 800-pound mark. And if I can pull around the 800-pound mark, then that really should comfortably solidify the 1,000-kilo total that I want. I shouldn't need 360 for 1,000, but it'd be nice to have an 800-pound pull in my back pocket, just maybe for a couple of placements. Help me not finish last at this meet.